Alright, muri yeZimbabwe kusangana kwatiri kuita zvakare pano pazimunyuzi update apo patinoda kupa first hand update anonga ari kuitika munyika yedu yeZimbabwe. So kana uri mutsva usabve pano usina kusubscribe, kulike nekushare. Sekuziva kwatiri kuita kuti musi wa14 president Emerson Mnangagwa vakangobuda chinyararire vachienda kuBelarus. Havana kana kumbodoma kana kumboti VP Chiwenga ndi muchasara muri acting president kana kuti wakembo Mohad ndi muchasara muri acting president. So according to Geza Revolution ndo vakatanga kubudisa information iyi because vanenge vachidhila nemilitary intelligence. And for sure pavakasenda takazozvitsvagiridza nyaya yacho takaona kuti aiwa no president Emerson Mnangagwa vatorimo munyika. Chakazonyanya kutotiratidza futi kutotipa umbo hwakanyasa kukwana because ana comrade Soko vanga vatotiudzawo futi takazoona padhina yava sort of like chief justice local former chief justice local Malaba vainge vasepo. So zvakazobuda pachena takazovaona ku media, big media kuBelarus vari kubuda vaina president wekuBelarus vakagara masofa. So muri yeZimbabwe zvina zvina kumira zvakanaka kuna president Emerson Mnangagwa because tiri kuona kuti vakabva pakati peusiku muno munyika yeZimbabwe vakananga kunyika yeBelarus kuri kunze kwakabuda majeti mairi nofunga takambozvisa pano wandira arina president Emerson Mnangagwa achitotaura nemazita acho muri yeZimbabwe rinonzi sort of like 600p 777 majeti ya muri yeZimbabwe. So tiri kuona panapa vari kunzi wabva kuBelarus pari zvino waenda kuDubai kwakaenda jeti riya because pakabuda 2 majeti ani muzvona kana muri nyatsozinzwisisa pakabuda 2 majeti raenda kuDubai neraenda kuBelarus and raenda kuBelarus harina kuenda straight rakasvika muEgypt then muEgypt wobva watora rimwe wobva wazoenda kuBelarus muri yeZimbabwe. So tiri kuona panapa waflyer nendege inonzi Bong wati chichi chimwe itori nemazita acho tinawo panapa muri yeZimbabwe waflyer kubva kuBelarus kuenda kuDubai kwakaenda goridhe neuiku yake uku mangwana takatarisana neconstitution amendment bill number 3 munonyasa kuona kuti zvinhu zvacho matakanyanya muri yeZimbabwe because wakatarisana nechinhu chihombe chakadaro chowotomboita uchifamba uchimbodini uchitobuda munyika usinotombotaura uchiita sezveprivate zvazvokutoti angada kuti vanhu vasazive kuti arimo here munyika kana kuti hamo because pangatoenda kuairport kwacho kwawakangoenda usotofulike hani makaona kuuya kwakaenda Cyril Ramaphosa muno Cyril Ramaphosa havana kana kumboenda nehead of state kuairport kuSouth Africa uko kuno kwacho vanotambiwa nehead of state vakangotambiwa nana Wikinojivhayo ana kudata Gray ana Tungwarara nana chichi chimwe zvakangofanana nezvakaitwa Mnangagwa vakatobva kumba kwavo ameno kana urigara kuState House uko nemotawo random mota zvekutoti vanhu vangasikatombozivi kuti muna president kana kuti munani vachitongosvika paairport vachitongopinda mujeti vachitongodini vachitongorova pasi pasina kana kumboanaunza kuti president ari kuzoenda kuBelarus vachasara vari acting president ndinhingi because toona kuti maphotographers ekuZBC kana president vachibuda vachipinda munyika vanenge varipo paairport hazvinei nekuti pakati peusiku kana kuti ichi vanenge varipo paairport muri yeZimbabwe vachivatora then zvozoplayiwa kunana ZBC zvozoprewa madande mutande mamidia zakasiyana siyana. So tiri kuona panapa wakangobuda chimhukutira hapana kana ane uya takazongoona media yekuBelarus uko state media yekuBelarus ndo yakazongobudisa mapictures waina president wekuBelarus ende kuBelarus kwacho havana kana kumbotambiwa because tomboona kuti vachimboenda zviri official chaizvo vanotambiwa nehead of state yekuBelarus nyange vakanzoenda kuMozambique vanotambiwa nehead of state ndofunga makaona zvakaitwa kunana Museveni nana VP Chiwenga vachienda kuUganda kunana Museveni uko zvamai manje kuinauguration uko vakasvika vachitambiwa nehead of state vachifamba pared carpet vachiita sei muri yeZimbabwe zvina zvinomira zvakanaka. Tiri kuona kuti waMnangagwa pavanogona kudzokera kuno kunyika yeZimbabwe vanogona kupinzwa busy sezvo takaona kuti Cyril Ramaphosa pavakadzoka kunyika yeSouth Africa now vari mukati mematare edzimhosva nenhau dzakabva pasimunzwa nhau dzakati one day. So tiri kuona kuti waMnangagwa although Zimbabwe ichicha wakacapture macourts nechichi chimwe but panogona kusheka muri yeZimbabwe ndofunga tiri kuona kufamba kwavari kuita uku mafambiro vari kuita muri yeZimbabwe mukona indege dzese dziri mudenga idzi vari kuspotwa ndo panonyatsoona kuti vari kufamba neintelligent chacho because kwese kwari kuenda vari kutospotwa chacho nemafambiro vari kuita zvese and everything information yese iri kudini iri kubuda muri yeZimbabwe zvina zvinokumira zvakanaka zvina zvinotombomira zvakanaka and for sure hazvina kumira zvakanaka. So tira kuti timboverenge bichana muri yeZimbabwe munyasa kunzoti zviri kunyasa kumbofamba sei. Fellow Zimbabwean, on Wednesday night, Zimbabwe was left without a president after Mnangagwa sneak out of the country without following a president airport protocols. Tikuona pana pakanyorwa kunzi leaving the country without an acting president. Mwe Zimbabwe nyasai kupanzwisisa apa. Leaving the country without an acting president. Leaving the country without an acting president. And kuri kutonzi kwakatoenda kwacho kwatoenda nemunhu zimunhu racho rinonzi Alex Zingman iroro ritori zimunhu notorious chechero zimugold dealer chechero manotorious aya anonga wakato hazi ameno tinonga rakamira sei. So takuti timbonzwe debate rewakomana we ZANU PF ne opposition wari kuita debate ravo pano ana padare ana engineer farmer nevamwe vanhu vakasiyana siyana tinzwe kuti zvinenge zvakamira sei.
And they saw what they saw.
I don't even listen to him. I don't listen to him. I don't listen to him.
No, you
because
don't have to.
But because he's paid somebody's side, that is where the problem is.
No, you don't have to. There are many people that you won't listen to. That's okay. But what I'm refusing is if someone says they listen to him, they gain something from, they learn something from him, they pick certain facts from him, don't call them gullible. That's not true.
What do you mean is not true?
They are probably ZANU right now. Even
I
in
know.
this
Let me ask you, what do you mean is not true?
We don't have to be gullible. I mean, for me, I think someone mentioned that point. I've asked how come
let me ask you something.
I've asked how come nobody attacks him if he lives in Zimbabwe, how come he is safe? I've asked that question myself.
And what conclusion did you come to?
I have no clue. I mean, I saw it in what's this CCC, Chamisa's CCC. ZANU PF chose to lock up Jacob, what's his name? Jacob Sikanda. They've never touched what's his name? The leader. So I believe it's his the way he handles himself. They look at him and fear him. They fear him.
The only one in Zimbabwe that's criticizing Cub 3.
Who?
Rutendo. Aren't they Madukuns, BTs, all the other people that are criticizing, even the VP? Why are they not being arrested?
How do we know what has VP ever said? He has never been.
He has said it in public. That let people vote. He has said it in public. It's on record.
Yes.
They have their reasons. They have their reasons. First of all, they are antagonizing the entire army, or at least those that have worked with Chiwenga before, and those that have the so-called liberation credentials. They don't want to touch that, but I believe they'll get to it at a specific point.
Romplus, tell me, where is Cyril Ramaphosa good for Cape 3? What is Cyril Ramaphosa here?
Why are Zimbabweans even talking about Cyril Ramaphosa? He has his own problem.
Because the same Rutendo was defending him. Listen to me, because the same Rutendo was defending him. Now you are saying, why are we asking about Cyril Ramaphosa? Yet the people in South Africa can't actually do any activism because of Cyril Ramaphosa.
Listen. I don't think you and I were in that meeting. We were not in that meeting when he was meeting Mnangagwa. We were not there. You and me.
No, this is what I'm telling you, because we saw you. When I don't know if you're not there, leave it there. This is what I'm telling you, because we live in South Africa. When I am telling you, you're in America. So you can't tell me what I'm experiencing. Listen to me, Ron Plus. Listen to me. I'm experiencing hardship here, which are being inflicted direct by government, because I'm talking about
Ramaphosa went there for his own issues. He cannot do what he done for his own issues.
No, don't say no. Don't say no.
What's happening to you in South Africa? What government in South Africa say?
Exactly. What the ANC is broke, dead broke. ZANU's
That's what
PF.
you think. That's what you think. That's where the problem is.
No,
That's what
they're
you
broke.
think.
They've been failing to pay salaries. They are broke.
Yes, yes.
Who doesn't know that?
Motamba ne ANC ne ZANU PF ini. Amunyatsomanzwisa mapata enai. You look at them on face value and you think that these people are broke.
No.
You look at them on face value and you think that they are broke. Yet they are busy supplying all this corruption and you say that they are broke. Yet nothing is being accounted for. People be serious and square they are broke.
How come they can't hold my celebrations hour as usual? They are struggling with the t-shirts. They can't pay salaries. They can't pay salaries. Their outreach programs, they've been compromised to an extent they could even their votes.
Which one? Which outreach programs have been compromised?
Yeah, the usual
Which
outreach
outreach
programs
programs have been compromised?
There are normal outreach programs in the community.
Which one? Even
their hospital, I mean the government itself is as broke as what Zimbabwe is. Their hospitals are not fully funded.
He's asking which ones. They go out to canvass for votes. They go out to normally engage with community members. All that outreach has been curtailed because of lack of budget.
It's not
as before, man. It's not as before. Remember Totoro South Africa don't think
my friend, the campaign mode has picked up to the maximum. Don't you want
the campaign mode during the last elections? Even during the last elections. So
even that
right now we're going to local government elections.
My belief is that
by now
came from
magigi are free. Muchipinda mabendi muchipoadoro mahara. Zvichiko izvozvo.
Pinda mabendi muchipoadoro mahara. Kupiko.
In different parts of the country, when we are going for elections, who thought you can say ANC gallery koko? Magala ichakuti ngigiri ispon kwana na NYDA.
I lived in South Africa. I've even got a house in South Africa.
Mira. Baba Romeo. Akukhulumena laba abantu ukuthi unjeni ukuthi kule lapho ANC yakanika khona abantu utshwala mahala.
Hayi ayikho ANC yakazikwenze lokho.
Iwe naye so anongokufunza baba Romeo waphi baba. Ko
akukhulumela ANC yakanika utshwala mahala namaphindu yalitshwala mahala.
Right now we are used to go kunana machi vana marula festival. We are used to go do you know Fabish kuti ANC was struggling to pay salaries 3-4 months when that's now but salary? Do you know that?
No, this is but
how can you reconcile that with failure to pay salary?
ANC can loot, my friend, not broke.
But ndiri how do you fail to reconcile pay salaries and
you know ANC properly?
People who fail to pay salaries are not broke.
No, there's nothing.
People
who fail to pay salaries.
It was there. ANC has nationalized mines. Look at ANC has nationalized mines.
Which mines were nationalized in South Africa?
It's Seriti. Seriti is owned by ANC. How's it? The former president is owned by ANC. What do you know?
Definition of nationalizing?
Okay. Such that if he gives a call to someone who is influential in America, they will say, oh, okay, at least there's something that I see here. They've written this, they've done that, and what. So those things are what we actually need to do. We might criticize him, whatever he has done, but the commitment that he has shown on a particular subject or topic, that is what some of us need to be doing on some of these topics that we want these international communities to pay attention as to. Without putting that hard work and effort in our small groups, trust me, our letters will just become part of what you call recycling material that comes out of their offices. So let us make sure that we do all the things that we might think everybody knows what Ramira say. Maybe, I don't know, it's something that we might actually need to sit down and have a topic to say who's got these skills, who can do this, what is actually needed, what boxes shall we tick, whichever jurisdictions do people need to register properly, not to just come out of your own bedroom office, so that at least if they want to respond, there's an address that they can write to. Maybe they prefer a printed document or whatever. So it's things that we might need to talk about in detail. Oh, let us write letters and we say kumbaya and we continue to unfocused dialogue.
Yeah, so I concur. And I'm provoking somebody who is listening. They belong to my free message. Ask yourself, which is true, that there's no freedom after speech in Zimbabwe. But vamwe ndevakaita sei? Handina kuita conspiracy. Musandituke henyu. Tokona kunge ndakarashika. It's beyond what you are saying, my brother. It's so on point. Individuals who are respected. Even if it's large number. I'm not being negative, but sometimes to be warned is to be armed. Tabotaura Ellen ngati space ino yakatocontroliwa yaka inokoti ine space yasiyasi. Space emaZimbabwe ari controlled. I want to know why. It will probably provoke me with for sake, man. To hell with your systems. Not you, not anyone at this end. No, you should have to go to
It's a spiritual country, senor.
Matovhiringidzazvanata nacho because pane pamba kuti munhu anonzi anonda unorora wonzi uya nembudzi uya nechichi uya nenonzi mambava eshumba uya naonzi apa mukadzi hausati wakutora. I'm trying to say with the website and everything that you are saying, we have people who are controlled, which is an answer iri pachena kuti you are questioning something which is not only panarutendo. But there are people who masquerade as that and that and that. That in I will leave that to other people. Sometimes there are people who are made as who are created to keep us busy. When I'm told they are part of the apex. I'm not apologetic again. Saka sinyorotoita sei inini mafungira anga guys ka Zimbabwe kai tichaigadzirisa ende vakomana vakuru vemusakangama kuti Zimbabwe ka tichaitora Zimbabwe kuitora pasina kana mapepa kana chii because tetakupai mav11 takanyora apa tikadai imimi where were you when we needed you most? Please, we don't need you, leave us alone, no mediators. Topachatosvika inini kandakazvitarisai kwete pamweya kana ndakatarisa ndichiedha madots. I was born in Rhodesia. I've seen things happening. I've let people down. I've seen people writing. Some have written and they've left the country. Some have put organizations in place. They've died. Some have been recruited. Some have died. Some have been silenced. 3 options. Either you run away or you stay in Zimbabwe, put as in silence, mute, or you join us, you become part of us. It's not Zukungotaura. If I had the capacity to investigate, I would like to know kuti kana Chebundo akagaramba make arizi arikuite aka silence kwa kana kuti aka kept kwa zvishwa, but I struggle to come up with an answer. Datokutaura zvakatozara. There are people that these people intangochapinda moyo make, they are very passionate. It's either you run away from Zimbabwe or you are captured or you nonzi gara asi don't talk. Ndokungoita like zvinosina kuuraya. So I hear you, my brother. I hope kana ndatedza kutaura komana nosikana musandituke henyu. I'm angry, and every day of my life I'm getting bitter because I want to go back home. I want to go to Zimbabwe. You said, men, don't cry. You don't have to see my tears, even if I'm tears. You will not have never seen them. You never see them. They ain't got Facebook, not. positive thinking, my brother. We need to do more. Many thanks.
Tichitaura here, senor. Eh? Signoro? Signoro? Okay, let me say. Can I speak? Okay, let me continue speaking. I think probably there's something that you people need to look at. You don't have to mirror what ZANU-PF is. They say when something goes right, you need to go left. And you know ZANU-PF to be a traditional party that has got rituals and stuff like that. So now, when it is such a party, we look at it as evil. And this is one of the things that I always say, no, it's not about socialism or capitalism. It's about good and evil. That's all that is there. And we have seen the nature of evil at its best. That is what we have seen. And on our constitution, unfortunately, like Emma Santos, she's not a Christian, but I mean, this does not matter, doesn't actually apply to anyone. If you mirror what ZANU-PF does, you'll never win it. To tell you the truth, 99%. What you need is to bring that Christianity nature and actually divert away from the murdering principles of ZANU-PF. And then identify with the international community who subscribe to similar values and the ethos of Christianity and stuff like that. Why am I saying so? Look at Nigeria. It's high time that we started having partners who actually align with you. And we know that the American system has got two types of alignments. If you look at the protest that is actually going out in the UK, that protest that is being done there, you see that people are picking up crosses. They know what is happening in the world outside there. And we know what is happening in the world. And we see how churches have been turned into evil by ZANU-PF. These are things that we need to look into. And how ZANU-PF has actually used those churches. So we need to look into all those things. Now, if you are going to mirror ZANU-PF the way he does these things, I'm telling you, you'll never win this war. Totally. You need to go 180 degrees opposite ZANU-PF. That's exactly what you need to do. So identify guys who are standing with you as Christians, as whatever, and that resonates with your constitution. It's unfortunate that some of you will say, no, we don't like Trump. I mean, but he's the only man that is saying, no, look here, I need you not to be non-aligned. I'm not going to interfere in your politics. But we need a Christian society. Identify yourself with the people like Musima Imani who go and advocate for you in parliament and say something in parliament and say, no, you can't ignore this. Identify yourself also with a Christian party that is like the ACDP, that is those who actually talk against what these leaders are aligned to. Cyril is a knight. He's aligned to Prince Charles. He's aligned to the World Economic Forum. These are things that you don't like to talk about and you run away from these things. On the other hand, the guys who are running America right now, they are Christians. On the other hand, the guys who actually want change in the UK, okay, they are picking up crosses and they're saying, no. These evil natures, which are actually these new governments, which want to come up with these digital IDs and whatever, and implement this evil, have got to be stopped. It is a such in South Africa because digital ID needs to come in South Africa. It is a such in Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa went with Wikinews to go and look for 5G for Zimbabwe. So, as you can see, even Duma Boko, he is showing you his alignment to the global order. He is showing you that I am aligned to the Democrats as far as I'm concerned. This is who I am and this is what I am. Having said that, you as Zimbabweans, what do you subscribe to? Do you subscribe to what Mnangagwa does, or you want to conquer what Mnangagwa does? That is the first question that you've got to ask yourself. And if you say you want to conquer what Mnangagwa does and you want to go and do it spiritually, then it's just like pouring petrol on top of fire. If you want to cancel some of these effects, you need to actually to look into it from a biblical perspective, and you need actually to look at it from a Christianity perspective. If it was like this as a Christian nation during a time, how did they win? And if it was like this because of that, how do we actually incorporate these things inside inside our principles? There are so many people who are actually for you guys that you actually need to look at. I believe even the Russians, Putin himself is a Christian actually. That's why maybe he resonates with Trump. The Chinese probably are the only people whom you can't actually classify to say no to what religion do they actually subscribe to. So identify your people, resonate with your constitution, what it says, resonate with those people who are actually protesting and whatever. This thing of actually having the Taguires and you say, no, let's write to these other bodies which they are affiliated to, beware of that because you won't actually win anything. You'll be running in the same spot. Also, identify with these guys who are actually saying, no, we need you to go home. They're not chasing you. They've got their own structural problems, which probably you help resolve.